Good morning. Market conditions remaining mildly bullish in this overall bull market, getting a support range here on S&P 500 around that 5868 number, and running into some potential resistance right here inside of that 6037 range. Futures are down slightly this morning. We've continued to have weak breadth on the S&P 500 sitting at 30 and a majority bearish ranking on the trend currently. And again, that is essentially the participation in the number of stocks in the S&P 500 in this overall uptrend. So essentially 30% of the stocks are in uptrends, 70% are in downtrends of the S&P 500. So weak internals. We're seeing VIX also get a little bit of a spike right here. Not too much, but it had that big spike last week and then retracing back a little bit here. Getting here over here on the 60-minute time frame, you can see at least this morning a little bit of higher move on VIX. We'll keep an eye there and see how we close out this holiday week. Continuing to see bonds slide, the short-term bond, SHY, continuing that overall downtrend. You're seeing majority bearish on that trend condition profile. TLT also in a majority bearish state. You can see that trend line being snapped here from that 102 range down to 87, with everything to the upside being counter trend levels for resistance. That's on TLT, the long-term bond as well. If we jump over to interest rates, take a look at that 10-year Treasury sitting at 4.63, and also over the last, this is going back into October, seeing that trend also gain some momentum on the yield side as we're seeing bonds continue to drop, and that's potentially concerning for the economy going forward here as well. Let's take a quick look at the Dow, seeing it really not have quite as much strength as S&P 500 and NASDAQ, still majority bullish at 9, but a little bit deeper on that retracement of this current trend, and you can see a little bit of a snapback, potential counter trend rally here on Dow. Triple Qs also running into some potential shorter term resistance at these areas around this 530 range over here on this chart. You can see some resistance potentially where it broke down the last time, and we'll see if Friday creates any kind of selling. I believe we have a day or two into next week. A couple of days where markets will be open still, so this won't be the last trading day of the year. Russell 2000 also trend neutral here at 7 and 7, but showing some weakness here in some of those small cap names. USO, let's jump over to that. I'm not going to spend as much time in the sectors. I've been kind of reviewing some of those, and they're a little bit lengthy and not quite as valuable as looking at the overall perspective here as well. But so we'll skip over that and kind of ebb and flow as we massage these updates in the morning. USO also finding some strength right here. Decent day up yesterday. That is, or was that a down day? Could have been a down day right there as well. Some 7 and 7 on neutral for USO. GLD also getting some. Really that counter trend, trying to hold up, find some support there on GLD. Really a lot of these patterns are looking quite similar right now, and biggest risk is that we're just extreme in this overall uptrend on the market. Some resistance here, and that we've had one of these spikes back down to the downside on some selling, as well as we've got internals that are very weak, and we've got a little bit of a potential spike for some volatility, some of the risks to be aware of. Let's jump over and look at some stocks to consider today. JOBY, nice confirmation bar, moving into the momentum zone and increasing volume in the air taxi, that aviation space, which is really starting to take off here, so to speak. ALLT, also a nice confirmation bar. Looks like it's got a little bit of a gap here this morning, and big volume confirmation bar to the upside, and a very interesting price pattern. If you want to join the Discord group to get set up and be able to add these screens and learn how to add these screens to your chart, there is a link in the description to be able to get you set up there as well and get access to these indicators on TradingView. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day and a great weekend.